Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're coming across my channel for the first time, welcome to my kitchen and thanks for choosing to click on my video. Today I'm cooking soft and layered chapatis. This is one of the easiest methods. Follow these simple steps and enjoy soft chapatis. The ingredients for this recipe are flour, salt, sugar, and cooking oil. Find the amounts in the description box below as we jump into this. In a large bowl, I add a kilo of plain wheat flour, salt, and sugar. Then I mix this to combine. I add cooking oil and mix until the flour has a crumbly texture. I now add warm water in little increments while mixing. The amount of water used varies depending on the brand and texture of the flour. I continue kneading until the dough is soft and bouncy and it is no longer sticky. The aim is to get a soft dough. If the dough is too sticky, I add some flour in little increments. I do this until it is no longer sticky. I now coat the dough with oil, cover the bowl and let it rest for half an hour. Lightly knead the dough and make 10 to 12 balls depending on your preferred chapati sizes. I like my chapatis large but thin, so here I have 9 balls. After this step, I roll each ball into a large circle. I spread oil on top and roll it into a cylinder. I stretch this and make it into a coil as shown here. I repeat these steps with all the dough balls. I now start rolling the dough for the second time. This time I'm keeping an eye on the shape. I roll it out as round as possible. While doing this, I place a pan on the stove and turn the heat on and start cooking the chapatis. Once heated, I place a chapati on the pan. When the chapati dries up like this, I flip it, add oil, then I flip it again and add oil on the other side. Ensure both sides are well cooked and place it on a plate. Repeat this process until all chapatis are cooked. The chapatis are now ready to serve with your favorite beverage, stew, beans, or legumes. If you enjoyed this recipe, kindly share this video, give it a thumbs up, engage in the comments section, and tap the subscribe button below. Remember to hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my upcoming uploads. Thanks for stopping by and see you all in my next one. Hello everyone, welcome to Asedo's Kitchen. If you're joining me for the first time, you're welcome. And to my subscribers, thank you for always showing up. Chapatis taste great, but every now and then I feel like a change. So today I am switching things a little bit and making carrot chapatis. In a large bowl, I have plain flour. I add salt and sugar and mix this well. I also add canola oil and continue mixing until the flour is crumbly in texture. Then I add the grated carrots and mix this until it is well distributed into the flour. Once this is done, I start adding water in little increments while mixing the dough. Adding water slowly helps regulate the amount of water that goes into the flour. I find the dough too soft. This means I have added a bit too much water, so I will add some flour to thicken it, but not too much. I do this in little increments until I achieve the texture I want. I'm happy with this texture, so I add some oil and knead the dough for a minute. Then I coat the dough with oil, cover it and allow it to rest for 20 to 30 minutes. Letting the dough rest makes it easier to work the dough when rolling. The dough is rested and has a soft texture, so I put it onto my work surface and divide it into balls. The size of the balls depends on how small or large you like your chapatis. To play it safe and have a good sized chapati, I divide the dough into balls that are slightly larger than a golf ball but smaller than a tennis ball. To give you a rough idea, I made 8 chapatis, but 1 kg will give you anywhere between 8 to 10 chapatis depending on your preferred size. Once the balls are done, I take one ball and roll it as shown. I do this while adding some flour onto the chapati. This helps with the rolling. However, be careful not to add too much flour. It's because you might mess up the dough and end up with hard chapatis. Don't worry about the shape of the chapati at this point. Once this is rolled out, add some oil and roll out the chapati, then form a coil as I am doing. Repeat the process with the remaining balls until they are all done. I now start rolling the coils. I do this keeping an eye on the shape since this is the last time it will be rolled out before cooking. I repeat the same process with the remaining coils. Now that I have 3 or 4 chapatis rolled out, I heat the pan to start cooking. I finish rolling the remaining chapati coils at the same time as I cook the chapatis. When the pan is well heated, I add my first chapati. Once it starts drying out, as you can see here, I flip the chapati onto the other side and add oil. I don't like to use too much oil, so I dip the spoon into the oil and rub. Once I spread enough oil onto the chapati, I flip the chapati and repeat this on the other side. I ensure that both sides are cooked before removing it from the pan. The chapati is well cooked on both sides, so I place it on a flat plate and continue cooking the chapatis until they are all done. It's been a while since I recorded this, so I can't remember what we ate it with, since I didn't take a picture of it plated. However, we mostly eat this with beans or lentils. The chapatis are now ready and can be served with your favorite stew. If you'd like to see more of my recipes, remember to subscribe and click the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my new recipe uploads. If you like this recipe, kindly give it a thumbs up and share this video. For any comments or suggestions, please jot them down in the comments section below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Hi guys, welcome back to my kitchen. In this video, I'm showing you how I make sweet potato chapatis. All I need for this recipe is plain flour, sweet potato, sugar and oil. I start by boiling a sweet potato. I boil it with a little water as it doesn't take too long to cook. I allow this to cool down, blend it with a little bit of water. I don't add too much water, I add just enough to help blend it. Alternatively, you can mash the sweet potatoes. I prefer the pureed form because my kids don't like chapatis with different textures. I have 2 cups of plain flour in a bowl. I add the sugar followed by the sweet potato puree. I mix this to form a dough, adding flour in little bits until the dough stops sticking to my hands. Don't add too much flour as you knead the dough soft. When everything comes together, I add a little oil, knead for 3 to 4 minutes, then I add enough oil to cover the dough to prevent it from sticking to the bowl. I set this aside and let it rest for 10 to 15 minutes. At this point, I divide the dough into 6 to 8 pieces and shape them into little balls. If you like thin chapatis, I suggest you divide it into 8. Did you know you could replace the sugar with salt to transform this dough into a sweet potato wrap? Well, that's a recipe for another day. If you're interested, let me know in the comments section and I'll show you how to make them. Once this is done, I take each ball, roll it out into a circle and cook it on a hot pan. I skip the process of layering the chapatis because I want to keep these fairly healthy. And since they're for tea, the lesser the oil, the better. When the chapatis start drying out at the top like you see here, I flip it and add oil. The pastry brush will help regulate the oil you use, but you can use a spoon and add oil in moderation. Flip the chapati again and add oil to the other side. Then flip this to finish cooking. When both sides are cooked, remove and repeat the process with the remaining chapatis. Our chapatis are now ready. Allow them to cool or serve them warm with your preferred beverage. I like mine with coffee. For more of my simple recipes, remember to subscribe and tap the notification bell, and you'll be amongst the first people to be notified every time I post a new video. If you find this video helpful, kindly give it a thumbs up, comment and share with your friends and family. Thanks for watching and see you all in my next video. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm making soft layered avocado chapatis. This is an experimental recipe. Although most recipes I've come across contain vegetables, I wondered how they would turn out if I made them vegetable free. I'm using an avocado, plain flour, salt, cooking oil and warm water. Kindly check out the description box for quantities used. I considered not sharing this video, but since we are all learning here, I thought why not? If you'd like to know how they turned out, please watch to the end as I will be detailing the process step by step. I will also let you know if I liked them or not. I cut and peel an avocado, then using a fork I mash the avocado. Use a soft avocado for this because it's easy to mash. I add the salt and oil into the flour, stir to combine, then add the mashed avocado. I now go in with my clean hands and mix it well while adding water as needed. Add the water gradually to avoid overwatering the dough. When the mixture starts forming into a dough-like consistency, I stop adding water and continue kneading. I knead until the dough is no longer sticking to my hand and the sides of the bowl. The aim is to achieve a soft, bouncy dough like that of regular chapatis. I coat the dough with oil to prevent it from sticking to the bowl. Cover with a kitchen towel and allow to rest for 10 to 15 minutes. I knead the dough for a minute and divide it into smaller balls. I made 5, but this can make 6 if you make them smaller. Take one ball at a time, add some flour and start rolling it out as I am doing here. Roll it into a large circle and don't worry about the shape at this point. I add oil like I am doing and roll it into a coil. Don't skip this step as it is what gives the chapatis nice layers. I repeat this process with all the dough balls until I finish. I now take each coil and roll it into a chapati for the second time. This time, I keep an eye on the shape. Place a large pan or skillet on the stove, and once heated, add the chapati. When it starts bubbling up, flip it and add some oil. Apply oil to the other side too and ensure it is well cooked on both sides. Repeat these steps with the remaining chapati pieces until all chapatis are done. If you like this recipe, please comment, like and share this video. And to follow more of my recipes, subscribe and click the notification bell. The chapatis are ready to serve. You may be wondering how it turned out. I wouldn't mind eating these again, but next time I'll try adding vegetables. My kids did not want to try it because of the color. They were super soft and delicious when paired with chicken stew and lentils. Consider giving them a try and let us know what you think in the comments section. This is all I have for you today. Thanks for watching. I look forward to seeing you all in my next one. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In my previous video, I made beans served with wholemeal chapatis, and today I'm here to show you how to make the chapatis. For the beans recipe, check out my previous post, but for now, I'll get right into it. All I need for this recipe are wholemeal flour, salt, sugar and cooking oil. I'm using 1 kilo of plain wholemeal flour. I add the flour into a large bowl and reserve a little of the flour, and I will show you how I use this remaining flour. I add the salt and sugar and incorporate them into the flour. After this, I add cooking oil and incorporate it into the flour. I do this until it has a crumbly texture. Don't worry about the quantities used, as I have listed them all in the description box, so take the time to check them out. At this point, I add warm water and mix to form a dough. I add the water in little increments to avoid adding too much water. As you can see here, I added a bit too much water, and this is where the reserved flour comes in. I add the flour in little increments as needed. The dough is still too sticky, so I add flour and continue kneading. I knead until the flour is incorporated into the dough, and the dough is no longer sticky to my hand and the bowl. The aim here is to have a soft dough. I add some oil and coat the dough to prevent it from sticking to the bowl. Then I cover the dough and allow this to rest for half an hour. Giving the dough time to rest makes it easier to work with when rolling. At this point, I lightly knead the dough and make it into balls as shown here. This dough is enough for 10 to 12 parts depending on your preferred size and how thick or thin you love your chapatis. Take each ball and roll it out as wide as possible, then add oil. Spread the oil onto the chapati, then roll this as you see me doing here. Stretch it and make it into a coil. Repeat these steps until all dough balls are done. Trust the process and keep in mind that this step is what gives the chapatis the layers, so don't skip this step. I heat my pan while rolling out the dough. I take each coiled dough and roll it out, and this time I keep an eye on the shape. Try to roll this out as round as possible. Don't worry if you don't achieve the round shape because it will not affect the taste. Keep practicing and with time you'll get the hang of it. Once I'm happy with the shape, I start cooking the chapatis. I place the chapati onto the hot pan and wait for it to dry out as you can see here. Meanwhile, I continue rolling the next coil at the same time. I flip it and add oil. Flip it again and add oil onto the other side. I cook it until both sides are well cooked and remove the chapati. Set this aside and repeat this step until all chapatis are cooked. I love eating these with beans, lentils, or stew. I served this with beans in my previous video. If you'd like to check out that recipe, please check out my previous post. The chapatis are now done and ready to eat. Look at how soft they are. If you're new here or have been watching me without subscribing, consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell to be alerted every time I put up a new recipe. Please like, share and comment down below. This is all I have for you today. Thanks for watching. Be blessed and see you all in my next one.